Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you hang out here often. Today I am finally doing my April TBR, which happy orilium spring equinox season. This is a big month for readathons. There is Orilium Magical Readathon hosted by G over at the Book Roast. There is Realmathon hosted by Covers with Cassidy, and then there is the Little Cafe Readathon happening over on Bookstagram hosted by a bunch of wonderful people. So I'm hoping to participate in all of those. The Little Cafe Readathon is kind of like whatever I can fill will be great. And then as for Realmathon, like whatever I read is going to count. So there's no specific Realmathon TBR. So we just have to worry about Orilium, which we have a few fun things that we have to do together for that. So for Orilium, I have my TBR picked out. We'll see if any of them will get put through like words. So I already have some of my books picked out for my Orilium TBR, but there's 3 things that we're gonna have to do together, which is 2 random picks and a coin toss to see what kind of genre. But I'm gonna do those and see if we can get those on the TBR, and then we'll play the game, and if I can't get them on the TBR, I will tell you at the end what all of my Orilium reading will be. Whew, okay. For Orilium, my character is basically like how you would major and minor in college. So I am majoring in beast mastery and I am minoring in herbology. It fits the character storyline that I have going on. Originally I was also doing the alchemy class, but that was becoming a bit too much and I had to scale it back. So she technically flunked alchemy and can no longer do that calling. So for my classes I have to do duplicates of 2 and then the rest. Which is 7 overall. So for one of my classes, I have to flip a coin, and whatever it lands on will determine if that book has to be fiction or nonfiction, and I'm really hoping for fiction. So this is going to be for animal studies. Head is nonfiction, tails fiction. Alright, we're going to flip again. Nope. Flip again. And that is tails, thank goodness. Okay, so that just means that I get to add a fiction, which can be just about anything. Now, for the other thing, I have to close my eyes and randomly pick a book. That's like not great. That's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not great. So, I'm gonna use my phone, I think, to film this, just to make it a little bit more concise. So, jumping over to a different cam. Depending on where I go, the lighting is going to be iffy. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and pull one from like my fantasy side of things and then one from my new horror shelf, which she is beauty, she is grace. So here's the problem. I know where most things are, so it kind of just depends on like what I want to go for. But over here, there's a lot. So let's see if I can find my other tripod. The amount of tripods that I have at this current moment going on. Okay, so closing my eyes, randomly pointing. I have like a general idea where things are, but I don't know what I'm actually like trying to read this month. I'm probably gonna stick to my what are these standalones or like first. I don't have to close my eyes to tell you. I can wave and still. Anyway, okay. So we're going to pick. Oh no. The shelf. Woo! Okay, we'll try that again. Ow. Okay. Okay, I had no reason to read Godkiller, but I guess this will be the pick. I'm not upset about it, but this isn't like a book that I was like super eager to get to. But okay, on the Orilium TBR. Hopefully I can get that onto my biblious TBR. Okay, now the lighting's gonna suck. I'm sorry. I want this bottom shelf. I can't hit the shelf because then I know where I'm at. Oh my god. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Okay. Ah, man, I can't escape the Riley Sager. When's his next book coming out? July? This man has a chokehold on all of us. There's a little baby in that box. Anyway, okay. Those are the two random picks. Those were for restoration. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Back to normal programming. Alright, so now that I know all of my orilium TBR, we can jump into biblious and hope and pray that I can get these on my TBR. So, let's find out how I did last month. Boy, oh boy. So, for Random Shelf Generator, I had to read the last tale of The Flower Bride by Roshni Chomsky. Read. Bada boom. Buzzword-a-thon. I was supposed to read The Secret History. No. BIPOC author, finally read The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. Author from a different country. 100 Years of Solitude. Started. Will probably finish soon. Non-seasonal book. I read The Guest List by Lucy Foley. And a romance contemporary. I was supposed to read the No Filter and Other Lies. I don't remember the author. I'm so sorry. I did read it though in my romance vlog. And here's the issue. For my punishment, I was supposed to do a this or that, and whichever one the coin decided was the one that I read. For that, I was supposed to read The Atlas 6 by Olive E. Blake, and I haven't read that. So here's my dilemma. When it comes to punishments that I fail, I don't necessarily want to double up the punishment. First, I was like, I'll just read the book that I didn't want to read on top of it, but truly my TBR is stacked and I cannot read Crescent City. It's not going to happen, so I think I'm just going to accept like the punishment as a carryover since it's adding a book to my TBR still. Yeah, I don't know. Discuss in the comments if you have ideas on what to do about that. But I do have to pull at least one punishment because I didn't complete The Secret History. So, lose 2 tokens. Oh, that's like the easiest punishment I could have ever gotten because I'm already almost at 25. So that puts me from 21 to now I'm at 19. Oh no. Oh no. I still don't know exactly what the plan is for when I get to 25, but behold, that's how it be. So I'm gonna draw my hand to 5, or is it 4? I can never remember my own rules. We'll do 5. Who cares? Signed edition of a book. Oh, thank goodness. Urban setting. Okay. Finish a book on your current reads list. That's targeted. Disability rep or author. And finally, read off another's TBR. Okay. I'll be honest with you, I have not watched anyone else's TBR for the month yet, so I don't have any answers for that one. Oh, and my effects for last month. So, the first thing that the first book you see on Instagram, The Spite House. Thank you, Kayla, over at Books and Lala. And clean, reorganize your bookshelf. I just posted that video. It gave me so much hard times because it was a corrupted file. It went up late, but it went up. I had a lot of fun reorganizing, which you guys just saw, my horror shelf. That was the outcome. And journal. I didn't technically journal. I will be hopefully doing that today though, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, let's jump into the game. If you are curious, if you're new, I have the rules as well as all of the card prompts down in a Google Drive linked in the description for you to check out, or you can go back to the first game and watch and follow the rules. It's honestly, for me, easier to explain rather than like tell you the rules, but that's a good way to figure out what the heck is going on. This is my Disney villainous inspired TBR game. It's very similar to the actual game, so if you've ever played, it's a bit strategy based, but I like the option of choosing books and prompts to fill my TBR a little bit better rather than like completely random. So let's just jump in with the first book. I'm gonna move there. I'm gonna take 2 more coins. This is gonna run out real soon. I feel like the tokens need a bit of a rework, but I think it's fine. So I can play a card. I can also draw an effect, which is play a board. Ooh, so fun. I can play a board game or card game this month. I love doing that. Austin and I are really big board game junkies, and we actually just met up with some friends last night who want to play with us sometime. So that's going to be happening this month. It's very exciting. Perfect. Alright, so now I can play a card and I can move a prompt if I needed to, but I don't. So I'm going... Let's see. What's on my current reads? That's a great question. I actually have a lot on my current reads. I don't think we need to talk about it. You know what? I've changed my mind. This will likely cause me more harm in the end. But I need to finish a lot of NetGalley arcs that I have. I've just been slacking. So I've started, and when I say started, I'm on like page maybe 20 of A Hunger of Thorns by Lily Wilkinson. I don't really know a whole lot what this is about. I started it. I know that there's like magic in this world. Gay grandparents, I love that. What else has happened? And like their best friend has been disappeared. Not the proper word. Their best friend from their childhood, who they kind of lost touch with over time, has vanished, potentially due to the hunger for dark powers, the bad side of the like witch culture, similar to what her mom experiences. And I think she takes it upon herself to go find her friend. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I've barely started, but it would be great to finish it this month because oh boy, do I need to finish my NetGalley arc so I can start requesting more things, you know. Okay, now we're gonna draw my hand back up to 5. Arthurian. Ooh. I do not need to read Legendborn right now, but I really am tempted. Okay. Now I'm just gonna move over to this one, take my single token. I'm really just trying to get some effects to have fun. Take a bookish photo. That's basically telling me, Sam, you suck at using Bookstagram. Get better, will you? Please, thanks. Me too. Okay, next, I think I'm going to play the signed edition to get, as you had already seen, God Killer by Hannah Canner on my TBR. It's beautiful. She's Grace. I really hope that I can find an audiobook so I don't have to read this all physically, just because it's so pretty, and I will destroy the stenciled, like, pretty edges by reading it. But it is signed by the author, as, I believe all Fairy Loot books are. Right? Fairy Loot? Illunicrate? Oh, no. Illunicrate. My bad. Yes. So, now I have this officially on my TBR. I don't know what this is about. I assume a god gets killed. Funny coincidence, I did just watch a one-shot for a new tabletop RPG game that's written by somebody in a community I'm in, which is really cool, and it is called God Killer First Blood. So if you want to check that out, you can. Continuing on, I'm going to pull another card. This is read a book with a face on the cover. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot. Oh no. Okay. What do I want to do? I will move over there, take another token. I think I'm going to discard Disability Rep, Arthurian, and Urban Setting. And off another TBR. Okay, clearing my hand, basically. So I guess I will play Read a Book with a Face on the Cover. I don't think there's a face on that. Why do I choose the challenging things for myself? What's up with that? You know what? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna put House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. author of The Year of the Witching, on my TBR. This is pretty short, so I'm cool with that. This is 3 short books. Yeah, 3 short books, like, okay. That's good. I was supposed to read this a while ago for the Literally Dead book club. I didn't end up getting around to it just because I was reading a lot. And so now I'm gonna finally get to it. I know that it is vampire. I got through the first chapter. I'm on chapter 2. So it'll be nice to kind of pick this back up and actually put the effort in. The first chapter didn't, like, interest me a lot. I really want to just get to the good parts where our main character goes to this house to become, like, a blood mage, like, basically a servant for the vampires to feed off of, and then, like, once you do your time, you get higher privilege, or you also become a vampire. I'm not sure. Is it real vampires? I don't know. Is it just rich people being rich? I don't know. We'll find out this month, though, and I'm very excited. So, on to the now 4th book. This is going rather fast. Alright. Go there, collect my 2. Oh, great. We're going to be at 25 this game. I'm going to draw, yet again, another effect. Write or edit a chapter. Fair. I need to. I really do. I forgot to draw cards again. Alright, drawing my hand back up to 5. A mood read. Okay, love that. Bought because of someone on BookTube. Most of my shelf. A pet pick. Oh, that sounds so fun. My animals are so feral, though. Award winning. And finally, in my hand will be recommended by a viewer. I'm really, like, trying to sabotage my own TBR out here. What a problem. Okay, so I'm truly leaning towards mood read and pet pick just to make my life easier, but also have fun, because pet pick sounds like fun. And I have one singular pet in here, but I don't know if I have cat treats. You can also hear several. So I think I'm going to play first mood read, because that's so much easier. And what do I want to pick for this? There's a lot of things that I have planned to read. One of them being for orilium. I'll grab the nice edition. So for my rude mead? For my rude mead, I'm going to be reading. So for my mood read, I will be reading The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chalkboardy. This is buzzin'. It's very popular right now. It's like a storytelling of a pirate's adventure, like the last hurrah, the last final heist before retirement. I have to read this because there are beautiful maps for the end pages, which I need to read for my lore class for orilium. And this is like the perfect one. I also have the book of the month version, which is not as stunning and beautiful, but I don't have to ruin this edition to read it, so that's great for me. But yeah, that will be officially on the TBR. And the final thing, I'm not even going to draw a card, we're just going to leave them in the pot. Move, take my final token. This is going to be 25. What's my reward? Not having to take a bonus punishment for not completing a punishment. How about that? And the last thing, oh, swap a book. I don't really want to, I'll be honest. I might just keep that off to the side because I rather like this TBR. I think it's pretty solid, pretty good. So for the final book, I'm gonna do pet pick, and we'll see how this goes. We'll see. My animals are a bit wild. They're already playing, so how do I want to do this? I don't know. Wish me luck. Okay. She's the chosen one. I don't have cat treats, so we'll see how this goes. But here's the picks. Come choose one. Don't walk over them. Choose one. I know I don't have treats, but please? Cats are so much harder to work with than dogs, I swear. One by One it is. And so the final book is One by One by Ruth Ware. I'll be honest, this one was kind of like a shot in the dark edition. The rest of those I would have rather read. This was like lowest priority. I do have a reason for reading this, so it's fine. I don't know what this is about. I think this is considered Ruth Ware's one of like their worst books. So it'll be fun. It's like a snowy landscape though, so maybe it'll give me like some winter vibes as we go into spring. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what I'm getting myself into with this one, but hopefully it's at least a little bit enjoyable. I did really enjoy The It Girl by Ruth Ware, so hopefully I can find some joy in this as well. But that concludes the biblious TBR. As for the rest of the things that I need to read, so the audiobook that I'm reading for Flowers on the Cover, which is Elemental Studies, I'm going to be reading For Your Own Good by Cecilia Latsky. This is also part of the Literally Dead book club for April, so it kind of worked out perfect. There's flowers, although burning, but flowers nonetheless on the cover. So I will be listening to that because there's happy in the title and there's flowers. Bada boom, bada bing. We love to mishmash TBRs. And then for alchemy, the prompt for orilium is to read a book with metals in the title, and so I have a backup, which is the book Silver in the Wood. I don't know who it's by. The audiobook is available on Scribd, and it's the first and the second combined into one, and so they're pretty short, so that's kind of my backup if I can't get to either one of these. But the planned ones, which is Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. I did start this a while ago. It was on a TBR for being the lowest rated on my shelf, and I enjoyed it. I was reading it, there was momentum, and then I put it down and I never had a desire to pick it back up, but it's been sitting on my current reads list for so long. My issue with it is really just like pacing. Like there's just so much going on, but it feels like nothing has truly happened. So I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm hoping to finish this. I do have the audiobook, so that'll help kind of speed up the process. And then finally, Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. This is a very old Owl Crate edition that I got when I was in high school when this was published, but I thought, you know, what better time to read some books off my shelf than for orilium, because iron is in the title. So those are the books to round out, just in case you are a little bit confused on what else is on the TBR. For the Close My Eyes restoration prompt, I got Home Before Dark and God Killer. You know, it is what it is. And then for Book with a Map, which is for lore, I will be reading The Adventure of Amina Al-Sarafi, and for Elemental Studies, I will be reading So Happy For You because there's flowers on the cover. And then for the coin flip of Animal Studies, I can read any fiction. So, fiction that isn't on my TBR already, we'll just say I'll read House of Hunger for it, because I'm pretty certain that this, well, it's on my TBR game, so I definitely need to read it, but it's short, it's easy, it's sweet. I'm very excited for it still. The artwork on this cover is so gorgeous. So that concludes the TBR, including the arc I have on NetGalley for Hunger of Thorns. I'm not stressed, you're stressed. Let's take a peek. How did this get so big so fast? Okay. So I'm sobbing a little bit. Here is the overall TBR for orilium and for biblious combined, including a Hunger of Thorns, the Atlas 6, and also a Secret History, because I did not complete them in the previous month. Oh boy howdy, how much fun. This started as like a very easy TBR with like short books, and then now I've got some chunkers on there. Like, look at those three chunky, wow, chunker? Look at those three chunky fantasy books. Oh my goodness. Can I do it? I don't know. Come back next month to find out if I complete this TBR. She's gonna do her best. And sometimes that's all we can do. All of these are going to benefit for Realmathon, so that's something at least. I'm sure I can fit these to match the little readathon prompts. I know that I'm aiming for the cherry blossom route, the Sakura-esque things. So there's only 3 books, 3 prompts. It should be pretty easy. I think one of them is to start a new hobby. So that works out perfectly anyway, and it doesn't include reading. So that's going to conclude the TBR. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a long one. Luckily, most of these I have audiobooks available for, so it'll help me kind of get through them a bit quicker, but also half of them I don't. So we'll see how it goes. I also have to read the Writer's Retreat for the Literally Dead Book Club. Sorry, the Writing Retreat. I always say that. And I believe that's it. I don't have any other book clubs going on yet. That'll start in May, and so I think that concludes the TBRs. Oh boy howdy. I'm sure other TBRs will pop in and out throughout the month, but I think I'm going to try and just focus on orilium because that's where my interest lies the most. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Give this video a like if you enjoyed. I don't know how I keep ending up with these TBRs. Subscribe if you want to see more. I do these every single month. They're a lot of fun for me. I do enjoy getting my TBRs this way. It's a lot better, but I like that I can cater it to whatever is going on in the month. And that's it. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!